Yes, that's right. More Jaguars franchise rebuild today. Welcome back to the series, everybody. We have some work to do today. The Jaguars are off to a 1-2 start with one of the worst performing passing games and scoring offenses to start the season. We have moved on from our top playmaker of the first 4 years in Eli Arrington. It didn't seem to hold us back in our first game, but certainly in games 2 and 3, we have struggled to get anything going. 3 games into the year, Chuck Johnson has 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. The last 2 games seeing us only score a combined 21 points. We definitely need to utilize Benji Cormier more and figure out this running back carry split better. And then we need a productive passing game, and what we've done the first 3 weeks is not working. And I don't think that Kevin Parker should be playing in the slot. That is not a role for a player who's going to catch 2 passes a game. We need someone there that's a more effective route runner and allow us to keep drives moving. So the first plan today is going to be to have Dontavian Wicks take over the slot where he is a better route runner. I don't want to do that for Brian Thomas because he's the most explosive playmaker we have, and I want us to get more explosive, not less. So Parker's going to play on the outside, but there is also a chance if it doesn't work with Wicks. How about preseason standout Caleb Davis? Could we get a look at him? That's possible. His speed and acceleration does help make up for a lack of route running. I also want to pay a lot of attention to our left tackle Jelani Swain, who has already allowed 5 sacks this year. And when tackles give up a lot of sacks, that knocks their ratings down. 2 sacks in a game loses 3 morale, and that has already happened twice this year. He gave up 12 sacks as a rookie, and now 5 sacks this season. Things are not really going well with him. And we need things to get under control quickly before the season really spirals on us. We are 1-2, last place in the AFC South currently. Let's go see what the media has to say after back-to-back losses. Let's talk about Chuck Johnson and how well he's played to this point. In your opinion, what has he done well? As far as I'm aware, this is like a bugged scenario. Imagine that. I'm pretty sure avoiding turnovers is always the correct answer. Who deserves credit for what? For scoring 21 points in 2 weeks? Well, we are going to give extra experience to our receivers then. Let's just flip it and say we had a very inspired locker room conversation, a good week of practice as we try to get this receiving core on track. That scenario just seems to be a mess, and it blends in with the rest of them, honestly. All right, how fast can we upgrade the route running then for rookie 10th overall pick Kevin Parker? +2 medium, +1 short, giving him 80 and 85. Definitely not bad, but it wasn't working. 6 catches, 3 games. We try something else now. But these are the upgrades that I am really sweating this year. Thomas Ridley has a chance to be a really impactful player if he develops his route running quick enough. 65 short is extremely low. So I am requesting a few points of short route running. Here we get +3. That's a good start. Now at 68. For Reuben Ross, I could also go with the route running. He needs a lot of work across the board. But I'm actually going to focus a bit more on just the catching ability. So, Reuben Ross getting the physical upgrade awards him with catching, medium route running, release, and short route running. A lot of these just give you a little bit of everything anyway. And for the first time, I would actually like to give Joe Johnson a receiving back upgrade. He is going to be on the field for certain passing situations. It's not entirely avoidable in slow sim to set it up perfectly. So to get him to at least 66 catching, I think would be okay. It'll be a while before we get there. Now we have a lot of contracts to sort out for this year, and the biggest is of course for quarterback Chuck Johnson. So I could try to re-sign him right now. I would like to see how he plays going forward. We've seen him now as a starter for 2 years. If this ends up being a bad season, I think we end up most likely, using the franchise tag and revisiting this a year from now. We saw growth in his second year as a starter. Now without Arrington, I certainly want to see more games before making a long-term decision. I still think we're going to be okay. We had Arrington miss a bunch of games last year, and we played well offensively. We look good in the preseason, which I know, like, big eye roll at that, but it's Madden. The players don't know it's preseason. They're out there performing at their ratings capabilities regardless of what it is. And Johnson looked pretty good there. He looked good in week 1. We just didn't look good the last 2 weeks. Now it's time to fix this. The Tennessee Titans have Khalil Shakir as their top-ranked player. Sean Hodgins, third-year cornerback, 89 overall. They have an X factor. Well, isn't that great for them? Number 14 cornerback in the entire league. 3 career picks and a former first-round pick. Now, the Titans also owned the number 1 pick in the draft this most recent year. And with that, they selected Glenn Thomas, number 1. I'm expecting him to be at least superstar development and to be a really good part of this defense. And perhaps this ends up being a really good unit considering some of the upper tier talent that they have. So who's the quarterback these days of the Tennessee Titans then? They drafted Ryan Mills a couple years ago. They do view him as a future starter. They have 2 veterans on roster, and Mills is not playing above them. Although with a 2-point overall gap, I would expect him to be out there. That's like the entire reason that tag exists, to help the CPU make that decision. But for whatever reason, he is their QB3. So we are going to see the veteran Lorenzo Ingram, who has some decent underneath accuracy, but very low downfield accuracy. So if we're going to get this season on track today, we're going to have to do it against our division rivals, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. Week 4 here against the Titans. Can Jacksonville put those losses behind them? And here we are, down here at the bottom. Kevin Parker not in the slot as we go 3 wide on first down, and it is out to Curtis Easley, who picks up a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 for Chuck Johnson. His pass is caught. Kevin Parker on the catch to midfield. Now we go out of the eye. Straight ahead, Joe Johnson. A good run, getting 8 yards. Johnson once again looking to the outside and tumbling ahead through a tackle. He gets 6. Now from the 37, wide open, and that is the fullback, Dominic Grenard, 6th round rookie. I wanted to see him contribute both as a blocker, but also in the passing game. He has good speed, more speed than Kansas City's Heisman Trophy winning running back from this most recent draft. So a really good start to this possession. We do have 2 opening drive touchdowns this year. Johnson now goes down. Are they going to hit Swain with that one as well? Because the morale effects and what it does to the ratings might end up playing him to the bench. Extra protection on 2nd down. Caught. Turning it up. 1st down, Dontavian Wicks. That's Parker in motion on 1st and goal. Johnson, Parker, he's shy of the end zone. Still looking for that first career touchdown. It doesn't come here. Now Thomas is there's 2 receivers on field. We are throwing. It is Chuck Johnson running this in. It is our 3rd opening drive touchdown this year, and exactly how we had to open. Tennessee will open with a run that doesn't go too far. So I'm posting this on back-to-back days, something I don't typically do in these series all that often any longer. But I think with about a month to go until MLB drops, I will probably do a fair amount of Jags, and that means some episodes on back-to-back days. There's still a lot I want to see us accomplish while this series is a big focus to the channel. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just want to see what happens next. Just that constant loop keeps me wanting to come back, and I need to do it more often. Tennessee at their own 44, and a run up the middle that goes for 6. Offset backfield on 3rd down as Tennessee runs and gets the first. Tennessee to the air. Ingram pressured, and he's out of there. Picks up the first, and is brought down at the 28. A lot of running on the opening drive, and a really good burst inside the 20 for Ray Davis. Pressure and sacked. That's Josh Hines Allen. Titans lose 7. And hoping to force a field goal try. 3rd and 17. Here's pressure outside of Hines Allen. It's Ingram, and we can't stop him. All the way to the 1. Man, it's like watching a Chuck Johnson scramble. You assume eventually someone's got to be there. 11 players on defense, and none can make the play. Touchdown, Tennessee. Maybe there are things we have to clean up defensively as well. Now, how about this offense when it's not the opening drive? Can we show some consistency? This is Chuck Johnson on 3rd down. Good hands, Kevin Parker. Here's Benji Cormier, not going far. So here, the matchup with Parker and their young superstar cornerback. I can't imagine we're throwing that way. Johnson over the middle, and there is Wicks out across the Titan 40. So far, I like what I see. Play action, a shot. It is bubbled. Incomplete for Parker. Come on, Kevin. You got to find a way to catch that pass. 2nd and 10. We fake it to Cormier, and Chuck is absolutely devoured in the backfield. So now someone has to make a play to get points. Johnson just not handling. Wow, Adisa Isaac has 3 sacks. Johnson needs to bail out of some of these pockets, man. It's not working. Tennessee's ultra aggressive here. Press man coverage on 3rd and 18. And by the time anything starts to open up, Johnson's already in trouble. You can see the route, though, that's the route running at Dontavian Wicks. He can separate. But the whole package is just not there right now. All right, big play. Who had that one? It is Brian Thomas, 22 yards. Not many big plays the last couple weeks. So we take it into Titan territory. Kevin Parker making catches. Maybe he's just way more at home playing on the outside. Already 4 catches, I believe, in this game. Jacksonville trying to cap this off. It is a fake to Cormier. Fired, end zone! Touchdown, Curtis Easley. That's the Chuck Johnson we know. And I'm feeling pretty good that I brought back Curtis Easley, because seeing this shaky start, I can't imagine having like another rookie starter at a playmaking spot. That's probably not good for business. With the help of a long penalty, Titans now with a chance to add some more points. At R14. Ingram's going to have to do it in the air, and he's going to the ground. Josh Hines Allen. All right, interesting matchup in the slot here. Ingram short. Nice tackle made by Chuck Dalton. Ezra Telfer up here. Good second-year cornerback. And 3rd down, 11. Ingram extends and loses it. The Jaguars have the ball. And the fumble is forced by the rookie, Joseph Bowen. 2nd-round pick. There's 71. I believe the ball is out before the knee ever touches down. And I'm not biased. Don't review it. All right, it's only a sack. No sack fumble. Tennessee field goal try, and this kick is good. Tennessee is on the move, and I just realized their main star receiver we know from this series hasn't been out there. They have some receivers in Ricky Pearsall, Khalil Shakir, but Larry Callahan has always been their star in this series. He has the red sleeve. It's easy to spot him, and he's a big-time playmaker, as it's a first down going to Shakir. I'll have to see where he is, but they're missing a lot of guys right now, including Jeffrey Simmons. Now, where on earth is Larry Callahan? We'll have to find out after this is over, because he was like a superstar player. Tennessee driving on this red zone trip. Ingram unloads to a wide open receiver. Touchdown. And that's second-year Alan Kelly, who was Rookie of the Year runner-up a year ago. So it definitely seems like a more refreshing day for the offense, at least. But we still need to find a way to win this game. We come out with Grenard in the game. We run it with Cormier, and he can't go far. 3rd and 4, inside, give Cormier to the 5. First down. Still looking for Parker's first touchdown, and the wait continues. Cormier to the 2. Now at the top, you have Parker and Thomas next to one another. And Cormier's going to get the give and dive in for a Jaguar go-ahead touchdown. And the defense just can't slow down this Titan offense. Ingram, incomplete, short defending the slant. Ingram comfortable in the pocket. Now takes off to run. And he's got the first down inside the 5. 52 yards rushing now for Lorenzo Ingram. The give is Davis, and he does not break the plane. Another handoff. Kirkpatrick doesn't get in. Denied by Zach Bond. It's 4th and goal. And the Titan offense will stay on. What a moment here this could be. Already 2 goal line denies. This time, Kirkpatrick is in. And Tennessee is once again in front. This is Reuben Ross on the return out to the 34. And Chuck Johnson's going to have to lead him down again, at least one time. But at least today, the offense has been very competent. Much better than the last 2 weeks. But trying to avoid a 1-3 start. Johnson hands. It is Benji Cormier going nowhere. Spread out now, empty for Johnson. Plenty of time. Oh no! Intercepted! What was that? I mean, the protection was good. He just checks it down late and the Titans jump it. What is going on? I'm seeing Curtis Easley. There's nobody on the same planet as him. Easley's right here. And if you just give him a chance, I mean, he might run all the way for a touchdown. Pressure coming. Doesn't get there. And out of bounds. Titans almost took a 2-score lead. And how are they getting this open this consistently? A field goal here would still keep it a 1-possession game. Titans on 2nd down. They pick up Allen. And it's shy of the mark, but very close. 3rd and inches. 4 rush. Caught. No one near him. Right through the middle. Ingram goes down on the 2nd hit. That was Deron Payne who hit him initially. Now Titans at the 9. And one of the biggest plays for the defense now. Can they keep him out of the end zone? Ingram sacked again. Trayvon Walker. 3 and change down 6. This is what it's all about. Can Chuck Johnson put that interception behind him? If not, it's going to be 3 consecutive losses and a comment section that is no longer on his side. On 1st down, it is cut by Kevin Parker. We get 5. Second down, across the middle, and Thomas almost broke it. They save a touchdown, but he's out to the 41. Now you have the option of using a couple runs if you want. But here we're throwing. Johnson again for Parker. Four-man rush. Johnson completes. Caught by Benji Cormier inside the 25. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Johnson has time. Dumps it for Thomas. And inside the 10 they go. Now you're wondering, are they working too quickly? A 1-point lead? You might as well have the game tied. You may be better off, honestly. Cormier grinds inside the 5. Keep running that clock down. Good work. Inside 50 seconds. Back to pass. Off his spot. Johnson runs. Gets the touchdown. And when they gotta have it, Johnson gets it. But can they protect a 1-point lead, man? This is scary. However, against a lower tier starting quarterback at like 75 overall, go slam the door. Or you have no business winning playoff games anyway. So Titans have all 3 timeouts. That really concerns me if we can't create some pressure, a negative play or two on this drive. But here we go. They still have to earn their way into field goal range. We have a secondary full of guys that I know can step up here. Here we go. 37 on the clock. That's complete. A first down to the outside. Timeout Titans. Good protection. Now bailing. Run down by Walker. There's a loss of 6 and a timeout. I thought this would take at least one big negative play. Now Ingram throws flat. And a good tackle made by Baxter. Only, no timeouts remaining. So big advantage now for Jacksonville. As Ingram throws this one away, and it's going to come down to a 4th and 9. In a gotta-have-it game, Jaguars trying to right the ship. And here we are, 4th and 9. Downfield, knocked away. J.D. Short. And Jacksonville's going to win a thriller against Tennessee. Back to the way things should be in this series. Jaguars move to 2-2. Still, this is going to have to be a team that gets a lot better between now and the end of the year. There are a lot of teams that can outclass Tennessee. But today we do what we have to do. Johnson mostly good. A really bad interception late, but thankfully still had time for one drive to fix it, which he did. The defense hasn't been terrific defending the pass, but we are getting a lot of pressure. But as far as, tough coverage, getting off the field because of our coverage, that is still a big work in progress. Tight ends continue to give us issues, and safety isn't our highest rated position, so just something to keep in mind. Coach, we're 5 weeks in. Do you feel like you have a solid idea of how good your team is this season? Painfully average. Thanks for asking. We have yet to win double-digit wins in a season, and I don't know if this team has what it takes. But I don't think the other options would be right, so I answered that way. What is it about the month of September? The Bengals are off to a 1-3 start. These guys never change, and their defense, worst in the league. 34 points a game allowed. Their average game is a 14-point loss. That's embarrassing. They have DJ Turner at a 90 overall, Chris Jenkins Jr. 87, but the vast majority of their best players are on the offensive side. In their front four, they have 2 players at 80 or above, and one of them is injured. And just throw it away from DJ Turner and you're probably fine. Now, I did want to check out where Larry Callahan is, because he was formerly with the Titans. Not surprised they weren't able to keep him around. Callahan is an 82 and not a superstar. He's down to normal development. His production, though, who does this remind you of? These are almost the same stats that Eli Arrington was putting up, so that is kind of shocking. And yeah, he didn't even get paid all that much. I could have brought him in, unless he was traded for, which I don't recall. Eli Arrington check in now, 49 morale still. How'd the Dolphins do in their last game? They won. Arrington is now, he only played in 2 games. Missed week 1 and week 3. So remember, we own the Dolphins' first round pick. And Tua Tagovailoa is basically out for the season. And the Dolphins are still 3-1. Of course, we're cheering for them to lose for draft positioning. You'd think without Tua, they wouldn't have a chance. I mean, we were struggling in the first few weeks, and the Dolphins are thriving. They say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But for the Bengals, it really is about how they start. The starts have been that bad. I'm assuming we're in October now, so I'm worried about the 1-3 Bengals. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chuck Johnson runs one in as LaDainian Bigby is injured on that play. 7-3 in the second quarter. Ooh, that was a big pass. That one went to Curtis Easley. Easley's been making a lot of plays this year. It's hard to take him off the field. He does it again. Chuck Johnson from the 24. Underneath, it is Wicks for 9. Cormier is the running back on first down. Pass caught. There's Parker. And inside the 5. He can smell the end zone, but has yet to celebrate inside of it. Joe Johnson now checks in on 2nd and inches, as Chuck is chased and sacked. Easily, he's slot here at the top in motion. 3rd and 5. Johnson hit again and sacked. Sure feels like our tackle play is regressing to begin the year. The Bengals these days still have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. They pick up a first down on this play with Kelly. They have a good young running back as well. They're only averaging 20 points a game, though. It's not like they're lighting up the scoreboard with this bad defense. They're just okay, and their defense is not. 10-3 first half. Trying to take it into Jaguar territory. Burrow completes inside the 40. Showing an aggressive look on first down. We do bring 5. Burrow wide open. Inside the 15 goes Biggs. Another tight end that is proving to be an issue. And perhaps there are too many good tight ends that just not think a little bit more about the safety position and finding some players that can match up with them better. They're going to line up in the slot oftentimes. You need to have players that... Ooh! That's a touchdown! Coming away with it is Kelly. Are we sure he got his feet down? J.D. Short was right there. But for Cincinnati, the touchdown stands. And Jacksonville now in a tie game. It's a fake. We're in the third quarter, by the way. Good catch by Wicks. Yeah, I think I'm past the point of just like throwing the rookie receiver in the slot and hoping there's high production. Because it hasn't worked out, even with Eli Arrington. And all it's doing, especially with my playbook edits, is sapping their explosiveness. There's Parker. He gets 8. Bengals get some pressure, and out there, a first down grab for Easley. And what a season he's having this year. He's staying healthy so far, and he's been our top receiver. I'm pretty sure he still leads us. We'll check on it after this game. Grenard is in. He leads, throws a very key block, and it's Joe Johnson into the second level. Good protection. Pass is caught. Wicks inside the 15. He's got some moves. I didn't know he had that juke in him. That was nice. Easily missed the chance there, but there's Thomas inside the 10. Dominic Renard in the game. Up the middle. And Johnson gets 2. 10 carries, 38 yards. Now throwing on third down. Pass caught by Parker. It's his first NFL touchdown. Jaguars back on top. Yeah, I'm not finding that listing Cormier as the top third down back and Johnson as the number 1 running back to be creating a good split. I think a lot of the formations that I'm using are just calling upon that RB1 over third down RB1. So I have to control things a little more manually as we clear the space, and that's Parker dragging Bengals ahead. Inside, and here's some room for Cormier. Spun down inside the 30. Good protection. Nice catch easily. Right up the middle, and into the second level goes Benji Cormier. I do think our run blocking has looked really good the first handful of games, especially on the right side with Sam Cosmi. Johnson tries to create, but gains nothing. Bengals hoping the drive ends here. There's Parker out of bounds at the 11. We've played a really good game to this point. Trying to finish now. 6 minutes left. Burrow fits it into Chase. Gain of 9. Burrow hands, and there's room for Alex Kelly. To the outside. Chase again. Telfer with his hands full in that matchup. Play fake. Chase is open. Touchdown. I thought I saw him win on that route, and sure enough, Bengals make it a field goal game. Ezra Telfer not ready for this matchup quite yet. Jacksonville football, under 5 minutes to play. And the Bengal defense now step up to get the ball back for the offense. Good start as they stuff Cormier. Cormier again hit quickly, gets the yard back, but now third down. Gotta give Chuck time on this play. Bengals send 4. Well protected and complete to Brian Thomas. Fake to Cormier. Dropped off. Here's Wicks, who could have gotten more than 7. Up the middle, a first down. Cormier tumbling his way to the Cincinnati 32. And now we see Brian Thomas having to come off to check out that wrist. He's a guy who I don't know how we would even begin to try to replace. Cormier straight ahead, burrows his way through the defense. First down. Cincinnati's defense again could be their downfall. Pass too easily. And a gain of 6. We just had Thomas Ridley come off after the most recent play. 3rd and 2, we put Joe Johnson in the game. But Chuck's going to throw. He finds Grenard inside the 5. And the rookie fullback extends the drive. Run this down their throat. This is a disrespectful look. Cormier touchdown. Easy. Jacksonville back up 10, and that should get us in the win column. Ridley's going to be all right, and we'll have to check on Brian Thomas and his status. It takes a miracle for the Bengals. Burrow, sideline throw. It is incomplete with 25 seconds remaining. 3rd and 3. Burrow to the wide open tight end again. They've protected him pretty well, haven't they? They're running out of time in this one. It's not looking good. Again, the Bengals have a very competent offense, but have started slow and have an awful defense this year. But only 2 third down conversions today. It's not like the offense has been great and the defense has let them down. Just nothing working for this Cincinnati team. 6 seconds left. Need a touchdown here. A first down isn't enough. And it is deflected. And Jacksonville, with a great close to this game, will win back-to-back, and they are 3-2, successfully turning this season around. I just didn't want to be like 1-5 staring at the trade deadline, like what do we do now? Still a lot we have to do, but I think we're playing really well. Cormier, 5 yards a carry in this game, and I like the split. We got 13 and 13, but I had to do a big manual depth chart sub to get the 50-50 carries there. But I'm really happy to see Kevin Parker contributing and catching more than a couple passes a week even. And then Curtis Easley, he's giving us like wide receiver 1 production. But okay, we win 2 games and now have 2 new injured players. And Brian Thomas has suffered an upper arm fracture. It's a dislocated elbow from Martin Cooper. And 2 very key players are now down. Our front 4 is one of our greatest strengths, and we're now missing 2 starters. And Brian Thomas Jr., as I said, I think he's one of the most difficult players in this offense to try and replace. And this 3-game stretch is going to be a critical one, of course, but we're going to have to see if we can step up and still remain productive. Kevin Parker, Dontavian Wicks, they've both looked really good. Who steps up now? We have Luke McCaffrey, and we have Caleb Davis. And I would like to see Davis. He is younger than McCaffrey, just had an outstanding preseason, and I think he's about to see his most serious regular season playing time. In his career, he has 5 catches. 4 came with Buffalo. And Davis is a former 7th-round pick. We can now see Joseph Bowen's development, and it is Star Dev. He is a 77 rated run stopper. We're going to upgrade the power rushing, though, and get a +3. That is very nice. Now a 74. We don't have Parker's yet, though. He hasn't played, I guess, nearly enough snaps. He would need 2 more games to get there. But guess who's back atop the division this year? The Indianapolis Colts are off to a 4-1 start with the second highest scoring offense, a top 5 passing game, and a top 10 running game. And their defense isn't bad either. They are number 1 against the run. Anthony Richardson has 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor hasn't been phenomenal, 3.9 yards a carry. He's a lot older now in the series at 30, so he's an 81 overall, not as dangerous of a playmaker as he once was. But the receiving talent is unbelievable. Josh Downs is a superstar. Richie Kidd, Roman Gardner, I don't even know who that is. They have players that are X Factor that don't even get the ball all that often. But Macklin, broken hand, he's out 3 weeks. So both teams are missing one of their better receivers. Roman Gardner is a normal dev 77 who has started the season very well for them. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, Chuck Johnson, only 5 touchdown passes. Joe Johnson has 4.1 yards a carry. Benji Cormier is at 4.3. And Brian Thomas actually does lead us in receiving, not Curtis Easley, but that's probably going to change here in the next game. Easley has a 20-yard catch in 4 of 5 games, and his lowest yard output is 41. Safe to say he has to play really well if the offense is going to maintain what we've been doing these last 2 weeks. And now playing on the outside as opposed to the slot, we've seen Kevin Parker put up 13 catches and over 100 yards in the last 2 weeks. And the move that I think makes the most sense is to just let Caleb Davis play the slot right now. Have Wicks go back to the outside, where he was already productive in the first couple weeks. And we're going to miss Stanley Billups this week as well. It's going to be a really tough week to try to pull off a win against these guys. And here we go. This is for the top of the division. If we win, we're 4-2 with a couple key division victories in a very different spot than where this episode had began. So we'll watch the first drive for both offenses. And now we have Caleb Davis on the field. And Johnson's going to open, finding Curtis easily to no surprise. And he picks up the first. Again to the air on first down. And covered up well. Wicks had it knocked away. 2nd and 10, spinning away from the rush. And here goes Johnson, has the first down. Cuts inside and gains 26. Dominic Renard gets his first snap of the ball game. Here's Joe Johnson through the middle, a tough run of 7. Johnson outside, and there's Wicks getting away. Turns it up and finds the end zone. No problem. Jaguars start with the touchdown. Just a missed tackle after a good route run by Wicks. And this is turning into, I think, a really important signing for us. And now this dangerous, potent Indianapolis Colt offense. They start with a run. Walker's all over it. Richardson back to throw. The pressure is on. Josh Hines Allen sacks him. How about this start? Screen. They do complete it. And will come up well short. Wow, I would not have expected Chuck Johnson to lead that category. That's pretty cool. Johnson leads out the offense again. We'll watch the first two. That first drive was so fun. Curtis Easley, a catch and run, getting 9. Fake to Joe Johnson, and intercepted! A chance for Indy, as Chuck runs down the interceptor. Josh Virgil, he's their best cornerback, or second best cornerback. That looked like it was just a little bit behind Dontavian Wicks. If we roll it back, yeah, you got to lay that out in front. But a sack by Trayvon Walker. The defense keeps them from getting... Oh, they went for it on 4th down. Never mind. Now it's intercepted. What? We just threw a pick 6? I thought they had the ball, though. Chuck Johnson intercepted. That's what it says. Ooh, big play there. Curtis Easley again. I don't even have to check. It's usually him. A 30-yarder that sets up a third interception of the first half. Jumping back in with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Dontavian Wicks has catches of 21 and 27 on this drive. The Jaguars trail now with Johnson having his first 3-interception game in a while. And absolutely no pocket presence on this play. That's not like him. Empty this time, and taking off, it's Johnson back near the 10. Won't be easy trying to score a touchdown here. That's Kevin Parker motioning on 3rd down, and it's batted away. Excellent coverage. Wait, why does it say that? Who just threw that last pass? I didn't see. Chuck Johnson has a dislocated shoulder. And it's Baker Mayfield who's now going to play the rest of this game. Missing our top receiver, missing our quarterback. Mayfield now misses Caleb Davis. Cormier gets through, picks up first down yardage. Here's Joe Johnson through the middle. He gains 7. Gotta get points on this drive. Baker 3rd down, facing pressure. Fires, complete. It's Caleb Davis. First time I've seen him catch a pass today. Handoff, Davis. That didn't work. Baker on 2nd down. He extends the play, takes off to run easily, throws a block. He gets within 1. Johnson in the game, converting a 3rd and 1. He gets 5. Now we have Trayvon Briscoe leaving the game. More starters are exiting. Cormier back in the game. We're trying to tie things up here in the 3rd. Mayfield back to pass. To the outside. It's caught. It's Caleb Davis. Touchdown, Jags. This team is resilient. First career touchdown for Caleb Davis. I'm so happy to see that. Wait a minute. That's not even Anthony Richardson. So both quarterbacks have been knocked out of this game then. You don't see that very often. Colts in a 17-17 game rip off an impressive run to open the drive. What is going on? I can't even back out and manipulate the depth chart or anything. But I believe this is Brad Griffin. I could be wrong, but I think it is. And now it's backup quarterback versus backup quarterback. That's what everybody comes to see. Nice play breaking a tackle and taking it into Jag territory. Griffin has time, airs this out, and it's denied. Cisco on the coverage. Has to settle it underneath, and the Jaguar defense is right there, J.D. Short. 3rd down and 11. Griffin, where's the defense? What is happening? Richie Kidd was by himself. 4 on the rush. Griffin protected and dropped. Had a chance to possibly even reach the end zone on that play. Griffin on 1st down. Zips it over the middle. Taken to the 2. Colts are close. And now more players are hurt. Wow, it's just one of those weeks. We haven't seen a lot of injuries the first few games of the year or the preseason. Now it's piling on here and taking it to the 2. Who's wearing number 18 at running back? What a strange game this has been. I haven't even seen Jonathan Taylor. 4th quarter's underway. The toss is a Colts touchdown. Now we'll know who it is. It's a score for Vince Hendricks, who received Peyton Manning's blessing to wear his number. Just had Martin Sieschkowski get hurt on the kick return. I didn't even realize it would put backup linemen out there. We got to get this game over with. But I also want to win it. Baker Mayfield, inside give, and Cormier gets 4. It's time to see why I went and chose Baker Mayfield to be our backup quarterback this year. 2nd down. He fakes it to Joe Johnson. Rips it wide open. Wicks into Colt territory. Joe Johnson carries and gains 1. Colts trying to end the drive here with 9 minutes left. Parker and Easley top of the screen. Here comes pressure. Baker counters it, and Davis is still on his feet. Down to the 22. So many backups in the game right now, it kind of feels like a preseason game. But this is actually one of the biggest games on the early slate of the schedule. Nothing for Joe. Play fake. Baker, it's a touchdown. Curtis Easley wide open. What a game we've had today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Baker Mayfield backup quarterback masterclass performances. Hey, that's Anthony Richardson. Why is he back in the game? We had a good thing going here with the backup quarterbacks. But apparently Richardson's good to go. Don't know what his injury is. Don't know if he was just taking a break and needed to catch his breath. It's Anthony Richardson keeping and gaining 8. Handoff. Stuffed on 3rd down. Big stop as we force the Indianapolis punt. And awaiting it, that's going to be returnable. It's Reuben Ross. Show us something. Not much. Here comes Baker Mayfield to now try to give the Jaguars a lead. 6 minutes to go. It's Dominic Renard in the game. Get it away, Baker! No! Good run on 2nd and 20, giving us a fighting chance on 3rd down. Baker to throw, and he is dropped. 2 of their 3 sacks coming on this possession. Richardson running, and Zach Bond meets him. Loss of 1. We have 4 minutes left to go in this ball game. Jaguars making it tough on the 4-1 Colts. Richardson short. Richie Kidd doesn't get it. Chuck Dalton defending, and we keep trading punts. Mayfield to the air on first down. Here's Parker. He can run. And he starts the drive with a 20-yard catch and run. Baker Mayfield now with 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards passing. Less than 3 minutes to go. Play fake to Johnson. Baker. No! Almost intercepted. Getting really nervous about all this pressure we're facing. Now to the outside. Caleb Davis hauls this in. They'll take us close to the 2-minute warning. We play this right, and the Colts will have either no time or little time to answer. Mayfield. It is a diving grab by Davis. 5 catches, a career high. He had 5 catches in his career before this game. That's what this series is all about, guys. Expect the unexpected. This series is for all the underdogs out there. 1:59 to go in the game. Joe Johnson's going to run it right down the middle. If we can just get a first down, we can run the ball, set up Brandon Aubrey, and get out of here. Running it, Cormier now. And the Colts wisely burn a timeout. So maybe it's not that easy. That's why I said we had to get the first down, which might mean 1 more play from Baker. It's a run. First down, Cormier. Johnson carries. Has space. Hit at the 15 as the Colts use their final timeout. And now we just have to hope that we manage the clock right. Johnson's the running back. Gets the call. Heads outside. It's a first down. You can run it 1 more time and then call a timeout with 3 seconds left. Joe Johnson protects the ball. That's the most important thing. So, you know what you're doing here, right? Yeah, snap it at 10. That's safe. And timeout with 5. Brandon Aubrey. Can you handle a 22-yard field goal? He can, and the Jaguars lead 27-24. I still wish they'd optimize the management there. Call the timeout with 3 seconds left. At least they didn't give him a chance on a kick return. I think there's a higher chance of a kick return touchdown than a touchdown on this play. Last play of the game, Richardson caught out of bounds. Only he can drop it there. Jaguars victorious. It's 3 in a row. What a different feeling about this team right now than at the beginning of the episode. We have successfully turned around a bad 1-2 start. And even shorthanded in this game, we played resilient football and win it to take the top spot in the division. Chuck Johnson should be back next week, but you know what? Maybe it was better to have Baker come in with the way Johnson was giving the football away. Mayfield throws for 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brad Griffin was all right in the absence of Richardson for a while, who threw only 9 passes in this game. For Joe Johnson, 18 rushes, 78 yards, 5 for 26 for Benji Cormier. And how about Caleb Davis going 5 for 57, Easley goes 5 for 84, and Wicks 4 for 97. It was a surprisingly quiet day for Kevin Parker. But what a fun victory. And we'll get healthier here pretty soon. Brian Thomas and Martin Cooper set to miss the next 2. But we're not going into the trade deadline with this awful record that forces us to become sellers. But we now sit as the number 2 team in the conference, and one of those ugly losses was against the only undefeated team remaining in the AFC East, the 6-0 Jets. But what are the Dolphins doing at 5-1? Seriously, without Tua Tagovailoa, they should be walking us into a top 5 selection, and it's just not like that. Colvin hasn't done anything special. He's taken 23 sacks. Why are the Dolphins winning so much? Eli Arrington isn't even, off to this great start. Trey Tucker has more production than him. He is coming off his best game, though, with 9 grabs, 116 yards. By the way, this performance against us was against an offense that produced 3 Player of the Week awards already this season for Anthony Richardson. And although he didn't play a lot of this game, it's not like he took the game over when he was out there. So we only cover 3 games today, but it was a lot of fun. We'll go further in the next episode, but today I wanted to see if we could save this season before, going into the deadline 2-5 or something, and then having to potentially sell and not spend a lot of time on this year. Now we're seeing a team show some really good fight, although Chuck Johnson has to be better. He has not played to the same level he did in last season, and he's already thrown 7 picks compared to 8 all of last year. The running game so far is doing what I wanted it to from an efficiency standpoint. I'm pretty happy with it overall. And the passing game is not quite what I expected, but given all that's happened, I think we're in an okay spot. Kevin Parker is contributing, playing well. The Dontavian Wicks signing looks like a very big one for us, and especially missing Brian Thomas. We need him out there. And the defense today made enough plays, and our front 4 is still leading the way, as Trayvon Walker's 6 sacks have given him more production than he's seen since the first seasons of the series. And our offense no longer ranks toward the bottom. We have fixed this season, and I can't wait to see what we can do next. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like on the video and all your thoughts in the comments. This team has to make you feel some type of way. Subscribe to the channel, and the Jaguars will be back here again soon to continue Season 5.